Good morning. I have my window open, so we might be hearing some background noise, but part of me kind of thinks it adds to the morning vibe a little bit. Plus, nobody's here anyway. I don't think that I have a save going. Yeah, this one was with a friend, so I would feel bad playing it and then just throwing it into the garbage. So we start anew. We start anew. I'm honestly such a fan of doing these morning streams. It's it's cool to just kind of talk and let my brain wake up and drink a lot of coffee. That's about all I have. Oh, what the fuck? You're fast. Does this mean that we got screwed with a big number of them? Or they just showed up immediately? Maybe I maybe I should leave the oh my god. That's so we have more than 4 of them. That means that our I believe our tier 3 got replaced with frigging gnomes, which is so epic and cool, and I'm happy about that. I don't know for sure, because usually you'll, like, find them in a bigger group than just walking into the first room of the first floor and seeing an enemy is kind of insane and unheard of. That's not really a thing that happens. I wonder if it's specifically because the gnomes are the way that they are, that they try to group up. Maybe one group spawned all the way on that side of the map and one spawned on that side of the map, and they were like, oh my gosh, I need to go find my friends. I could kind of believe that happening. Because the gnome AI is to hoard, and the only reason that they were fighting me is just because they on their path of trying to get to their friends. Did I just hear something? I don't know. It happened, or the thing that I think happened occurred right as a car was driving out by. Outside. Driving by outside. Words are really hard in the morning. So I have no clue. But it sounded not like a car. That's... I always care so much about the first little bit of damage, even though it doesn't really matter. I mean, losing 1,000... I mean, future me, if this gets edited, cut to the part where I am $1,000 short on something and I scream. I should probably not leave my cart next to an open doorway in a situation where all of my enemies are gnomes. It's very important. It's very, very important to take care of yourself. Even if taking care of yourself just means bringing the cart with you everywhere you go. It's about as much taking care as you can do. Where? Oh. I think that's about as expensive as a diamond can get. Seeing a 3K one, I would be shocked if there was a more expensive variety. I'm so scared of the gnomes. It's a it kind of feels foolish, especially knowing that most of them are, or at least half of them died by my hands. I think that the way that they respawn works is that if some of them are alive, though, they respawn faster, but I might be wrong. Usually they also share aggro, like if one of them sees you, all of them see you. So I don't know why we saw like 5, because the numbers would be like 4 and a lot more or something, unless every single gnome that we saw was just the big group. I forgot how many is in the big group. But we haven't seen a different enemy that isn't gnome. So it's hard to it's hard to think that our enemy is anything else. I wonder if there's an option to turn off random scary sound effects. I mean, the game is supposed to be scary, that's for sure, but it's not really, it doesn't hit the same when you're alone, because I guess I do shout out my one viewer, hashtag my one viewer. but nobody's here to like react to me screaming funny. So what's the point? When you have friends, it's cool to yell and yap and in kaboot because they get to see your little robot face going up and down all the time, and it makes everything that you say a little bit funnier. And I do not have that blessing. There's two of the moose fightings in the same gosh darn place. Okay. I'm kind of mad that the only damage to anything that we've taken so far is this. In a world where I only know of gnomes, this is... I don't know if it's a travesty or if it's something greater than that, but okay. Maybe there's just a different amount of gnomes these days. I thought I counted 5. Thank you, Headman, for conveniently not seeing me, because I totally thought I was dead there. You should turn left, buddy. Yeah. Maybe not, yeah. I really don't like the stealth parts of these games, but you literally have to. Like, the way that you do anything in this game in the early levels is with stealth. Closing the doors doesn't really stop the enemies at all, but it makes noise when they try to move through it, which helps a little bit. We were so close to perfecting that level. So close. Literally a single hit on that vase was the only thing separating me from a no-hit, no money loss run of that. Which isn't really a goal that I was going for, but I got attached. Oh, look at that perfect timing. I'm a speedrunner. Me when I'm a speedrunner. I deserve coffee for this. So I guess I just counted the gnomes wrong. And then I panicked and thought about gnomes for a while. That does sound very in character for me. Is that the PP? Yes! So the PP is the best gun ever if you don't explode yourself with it. I played a run offline that I'm kind of mad I didn't catch the clip. Talk about 1K short, am I right? Talk about 1K short. I played a run offline where I died because a duck was following me, and I was standing next to a pit, and I had my PP out, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna blast this sucker. Like, what is he gonna do against me? And I think that, actually, let's test it. I think that they made it so that the little blast that it does can hit itself, so yeah, that occurred to me because the duck was so close. I think that it's probably not on purpose, but you can shoot at things pretty close, but if you are that close, which I just hadn't experienced yet, it just blasts you really intensely. So the duck got me. Not directly, but the duck being there is what caused my demise, and that's undeniable. I'm really not too happy about this. I guess I have to take the health. If I perfected that run, I would have totally just taken the feather drone. 100%. Maybe even 1,000,000,000%. Counting is hard. Do I just take... I think I'm just gonna take this. I like my range upgrade. We have our PP, so we should be able to make some money, but I am not too thrilled about that first shot. We can do better. It's 100% possible to do better. No, I forgot, I mean, maybe it doesn't matter too much at the moment, but my mic totally picks up when I am drinking coffee into it, so I need to be more conscientious of that. It probably doesn't matter crazy because I drink excessively slow, but it's something to think about. There's a million tiny little things that I wouldn't say that I am self-conscious about, but they bother me from the standpoint of trying to make good content, where I notice consistently that I'm not as good at talking as I want to be, and that's I do the or I will punctuate a sentence by breathing out really, really hard, and I think it just sounds not that good. But I think it's just that when I am on stream, I'm trying to talk diligently and properly, and therefore I spend a lot of time not breathing out fully because my brain is processing words as I'm trying to say things. And then my body's like, hey, you've been trying to get this breath out for like an entire minute or two now at this point. And I'm like, oh yeah. Bodily functions sure are hard to balance. They sure are. I blame my habit of not talking to anybody ever at all in my real life. I love the concept of talking, but actually doing it, ugh. Give me a rain check. Spooky monster, no. That would have been funny though. That would have been clippable. Everybody would have laughed. Okay, maybe not me. I probably wouldn't have laughed, but it would have been clippable. I think it's really funny to me, myself, and I, only me, to talk about things that happen to... Why did I try to shut up there? Also, the PP... He shot my PP! Just in case he comes my way, but... I... I, I whipped my PP out and it made so much noise he shot it instantly. What a bastard. I'm in awe. I'm surprised that I didn't take damage. Okay, buddy. Get PP, you bastard. Oh, that's new. Yeah. See, the PP just creates money. This is already almost paying for it. And by almost, I mean we'd need like 2 more of those. But hey, money. And also that's a bit of time where we don't have to deal with our huntsman at all. We still have our tier 1 and I think maybe a tier 2. But huntsman is the real threat because I like moving around and spamming my buttons and I did it again. I did it again. And the huntsman is kind of made to make you press your buttons diligently and stop messing around. Stop screwing around. You ever say something that's a reference and you kind of just wonder if anybody will get it? Oh, hey, would you look at that? Our other enemy is the easiest thing in existence. I like when that happens. I like when that happens a lot. Because now it just means that I get to go screw around and try to be really fast. Because it will take a minute for our huntsman to get back. And if there's a 2-2, or a tier 2, not a 2-2, I played Deltarune too much. If there's a tier 2, I whip out my PP and I blast him with my PP powers. I kind of feel like I should have taken falling damage there, but it's close. I don't know the exact threshold for it, if I'm being quite honest. Yeah. That one's also an item that is completely nerfed by single player, because all of the cool parts of it are just that it is pretty funny. And you never want to carry it in single player because something that I think is the biggest mindset change going between single player and co-op in this game is just the fact that your teammates are able to do other stuff. Even if that other stuff is bad, like breaking items, because I have a billion hours in this game. Hi, Shadow Child. So I'm probably a little bit better at it than some people. That vase is gonna die, dude. That vase is gonna die. And so I kind of forget how easy it is to break a lot of the valuables, because a lot of my fun in the game is just trying to perfectly get all of the valuables out. I think that it's a fun little exercise to walk around in all these rooms and put little things in my baskets. It just feels right. Is that a plate? Yeah, there's a... Talk about unclean living. Who would ever put a plate up there? They would be lost for centuries. They would be gone to the rats. Rats would be like, ooh, fine dining, and then they would die because uranium. Or maybe they'd become super rats. Imagine super rats that exist purely because somebody left a... I thought I heard a spooky enemy sound. Imagine super rats that only exist because some rich person left a uranium plate on their bed. I wish my bed had a roof. I kind of wonder what the point of roofs is. Maybe it is to protect from rats. I would imagine that there were a lot of rats back in the day. Because there's a lot of rats currently. Got my PP. I'm so happy that it can be called a PP. I'm a little bit older than 12, but juvenile humor will always be funny to me. Oh, well, at least for now. I don't know about always, always. Oh yeah. As far as I'm aware, our huntsman should still be dead, but you never know, you never know, you never know. It's also kind of impossible to drink coffee while playing this game, but that's the price I pay for wanting to play a video game, I guess. Oh, woe is me. I'm gonna bet that our extract is straight ahead. It just feels like it. Yeah, it sounds like it too. Does it have stairs in it? No. Okay, you know, the vase stands a chance. The vase stands a very, very slight chance of actually getting to an extract. I'm not confident. I'm really not. Okay, you stay shut, mister. But all we can do is try. I kind of... Just speaking of all we can do is try, I despise the Star Wars line. People my whole life have been Star Wars fans, trying to hit me with do or do not, there is no try, and I'm like, bruh, how do you get to the do? How do you get to the do? It's by trying. Okay. I think we go on vase-related journeys while our huntsman is still presumed to be dead. It would be kind of funny if I broke the vase and he heard the sound of that and then kerblammed me. I don't think that this will have any success because I have base strength, and sometimes the ground just has like rivets and bumps and stuff. Like you can hear it clanking softly as I walk. Yeah, see, I just I lost half of it because carpet, I guess. Oh, alright. I told you the vase was gonna die. I held no false hopes about that vase getting there. I hope that in one of in either this side room or that side room, I hope that there's something big and interesting to carry, because otherwise this level has been kind of boring. Not like super boring. I mean, we did murder a man, but with the PP anything is possible, so it's kind of, we're looking for something special. I guess that's kind of always my mindset when I'm playing roguelikes, is just give me something that people don't usually see. That's all I want. It's the single thing that I am inspired about. Okay. So sadly, no big objects, no fun allowed. Video games are for losers, actually, and I should just go outside and kick rocks. Like a real man. That's right. Real men kick rocks. I kind of want to break this for fun. Just to keep myself awake. It's like, the coffee's not doing too good of a job. I'm having a bit of a snooze fest over here. It probably just sounded like I was shaking my head around, but I was pretending to nod off. Oh, hi. I totally forgot that we even had the Shadow Child. It's just a life I experienced. Okay. It's gonna do the thing where the huntsman is gonna spawn right at the ship again, because I never get close enough to the ship, to the truck, to actually make things not spawn in there. I there's totally a chance. No. He literally walked out of the truck. He spawned in the truck. I guess they just really, really want you to have to deal with them. But it kind of just feels annoying when you expect it to happen. It's just like, oh, what a scary, scary thing. I murdered the huntsman in about 15 seconds. And now he suddenly shows up in my truck again after I called it in advance. Ooh, spooky. But I guess most people only really play this for like 5-10 hours. So if you only see it a few times, then it probably is pretty spooky. But I guess all horror games wear off. Especially when you're tryharding them. Alright, anything that I care about? You. Okay, now that that's dealt with. Yay, double strength upgrade. That kind of makes up for how bad our shop was last time. I mean, the PP also is... I need to never forget our hero, the PP. It understands us when nobody else does. Oh yeah. Not oh yeah. Then we have 2 left. Am I able to get up? No. No uppies for me. It would be pretty cool to go right up there. There's probably a nice little grenade up there that would work excellently with my build. Too bad. I kind of hope that I explode. I did it again. I gulped right into my microphone. I've been playing so much Deltarune lately. I beat the Chapter 3 secret boss last night, and oh boy. If it was any longer, I would argue it's the hardest thing in all of Undertale Deltarune. Sans is pretty hard because he has a million billion moves, and that guy has like, I don't know, 8. But all of them are just the hardest thing you've ever seen. All of them are like, if in Undertale you saw an enemy with a single one of those attacks, you'd be like, oh wow, this is like the strongest thing I've seen in 6 hours of gameplay. That's the type of experience we're talking about. It's just completely on a different scale, which is cool. It's very cool for that, and I'm happy that the game does interesting things. But I didn't realize that after the Atena fight, you can just walk backwards and then save. So the first couple sittings where I was attempting the secret fight, I just fought all of the regular boss because I thought you had to. And there's 2 entire cutscenes, and maybe it was just the mental load, but the first attempt that I did where I friggin' what? The first attempt that I did where, oh my goodness, where I didn't do the entire Tenna fight beforehand, I completely slayed. We won in every aspect, all over the board. Yeah, that's basically exactly where we want you to be. Thank you, indestructible drone. We haven't... I did the thing again. We haven't gotten you in any of the runs on stream. Well, I get to ban someone. Let's go. It doesn't even show up because they're a ban evador. But I like mentioning it anyway. Yes, I know that used up charge on my drone. No, I don't really care. Okay. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, that was surprisingly easy. I guess I just know the strats these days. Bam. That was incredibly easy, and I'm happy about how smooth that went. I guess that's kind of just what happens when you get big objects close to the extract, though. But it still feels nice. Success is a good feeling. I will say what's not a good feeling is this propane tank used to be able to solo an entire robe. And they oh, I wonder why the Peepo hasn't attacked me. Can I shoot the Peepo? No. Okay. Peepo? Hi. It's the Peepo from Repo. That's why I call it that. Okay. I need to learn how to shut up. Maybe get euthanized. Sorry, not euthanized. Spade. I don't think that's right either. I don't like either of you. Die, fool. Yeah. So the PP is the greatest thing in history. The PP is the greatest thing in history. I'm definitely gonna run out of battery. I should have bought a crystal. Wah! But I didn't really think about that. I didn't think about our future life as a double murderer. I kind of expected us to... Oh, 7.3, wow. I expected us to find a lot more struggles in our path of destruction. Usually the PP doesn't bless me so. I don't really like where that is, so we're gonna trade it with the thing that's less valuable and more secure. Your cart organization skills are always being tested in this darned game. I want to see how deep that goes. 2. And then oh goodness. I don't really want to carry that to the other extract. Okay. Thank goodness it only goes too deep in every other way, so hopefully we will be able to find an extract easy. The classic nothing room. I like when the room has... Oh, never mind. It had something. Let's go. Also, me touching that was a bad idea. Oh my god, this is... Oh, no, it's not. I thought this was an extract. I should go get my cart. I didn't think there would be so big a room. What happens when you try to tumble launch without no stam? It kind of took a million billion shots, but I think that it pays for itself. I mean, that's like 11k, something like that. It's a pretty sizable amount. We'll come back for that orb. I kind of just don't care about it enough, if I'm being honest. But I do care about that frog. I think it's crazy that the frogs got a buff. Maybe they just wanted the frogs to jump around longer because the object health is tied to its money, I think. But the frog got buffed to just have more money, and nothing about him otherwise changed, which is beautiful. They understand all of the frog lovers. They want us to feel happy and loved. Sometimes stuff spawns right behind that pillar, which I think is evil but also kind of funny. It's just like, thanks man, I did not want to explore that all the way. You torture me, demon. You torture me. I also just wish that, even if it was just for a limited time, they would up the chances of getting the museum. I know that it keeps it special when you don't see it for forever, but it sucks when I'm like, ooh hoo hoo hoo, I am playing the DLC, or sorry, not the DLC, but the new update, and then the entire video is me playing around with toys that everybody already knew about, and nothing interesting really happens. I mean, I can't rule out nothing interesting happening. Or sorry, I can't rule in nothing interesting happening. But you can't just force entertainment out of this game. A lot of it tries to be very, very friend-based or enemy-based, which just leads to some struggles. especially with the fact that I have no friends. But that's kind of a lie. I do have friends. I wake up before all of my friends do, and I stream before all of my friends get up, which is a fate that I have given myself, I guess. I mean, the comfy morning streams are kind of epic, but I'm fully aware that my commentary is not the best in these. It's just a more convenient time. I don't know. I mean, I'm streaming, I'm getting content out. That's the part that matters. What also matters is that everything wants to fall out of my cart all the time. Yo, around the world, around the... Wait, can I do that on purpose? Around the world, around the world. Yeah, it's not as cool as the first time. It makes sense with friction, kind of, but it's funny that I got it to spin so much. Not a thing that I would expect. I wonder if I can just, like, ram my cart into this. Sometimes it works. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I kept the globe value. Talk about around the world, am I right? Blah 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 blah. PP. I'm gonna hear that crystal break soon, aren't I? No, how close is it? It's empty. Okay, let's just finish it off. Yeah. Literally nothing left. She got used up. There's that noise that I heard again. I guess that's just a random sound effect that I didn't remember. It doesn't sound spooky. It sounds like something's tapping on my headphones. Maybe it just doesn't sound spooky because I am used to the noise canceling headphones, so any noise that comes from inside the headphones I just look at and am like, okay, yeah, that's game. Okay, because okay, yeah, that's game. Our extract is 100% here. Yeah, look. Oh, and we got the one with the stupid door again. Can it open this way? Look at that. We protect our heroes, aka doors. Alright. Boop. Macaroni Chew toys. Are you winning? Ah, kind of. I mean, I have my PP, which is kind of... I think it's gonna run into some issues with charge, but I feel like it's gonna be one of the best weapons for the entire run. Getting the PP and the shotgun. That's probably all you need to have a great time. And I had an amazing moment a little bit earlier where the Reaper was trying to walk through a door, and I whipped my PP out and I blasted him. Which just feels good. Also, this level has a ton of loot in it, and I've barely taken any damage. So our next shop is going to be nice. I wonder if I can... Buckets. Dude! I'm so good. And I'm actually the best. Bread needs to get me on his squad now. I know how to throw things in Repo. I'm better than 80% of players. Also, this box thing doesn't scare me anymore since the nerf. Apparently it was just a bug that it summoned enemies. But it's kind of the coolest... It was really cool that it did. Just because anybody picks up the box, you're like, ooh, it's clip time. Okay, get out of my friggin' way. You mean nothing to me, door. The only things that I feel emotions about are my 3 weed-smoking girlfriends. We all get together and smoke weed and make out. It's the only thing I care about. And throwing crowns. Throwing that crown was pretty fun. I think my only complaint with Repo is that it takes a little bit too long for the game to get really interesting. But I think that that's more a consequence of the way that I play, I guess. I mean, it's also probably just that I experience a ton of What was I gonna say? Uh, it sucks when the difficulty changes on level 5 and then you just explode. It's like, yay, I've made it to a higher height, and then the run's over, which is very roguelike. But since you're made to have friends in this game, you explode so easily, so easily. I also didn't know that you were not able to go under the. Oh no, this is just this is either a different truck model or it is sunken deeper into the ground. Usually you can go under that. So one more boyfriend for 3 weed smoking boyfriends. You're almost living the dream. You're really close. Okay. There was literally no loot in that at all. I mean, it makes sense because we have a million billion bits of loot here, but I'm greedy. I wanted more. I want power. Okay. Off we trot. And we have Repo, Animal, and something else that I haven't really seen yet. I think that we just haven't seen our tier 1. Oh no, it was the Peepo. Yeah. It showed up once and then acted weird and then didn't show up again since. So we respect the Peepo. Oh, also a follow, thank you. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. What happens when you don't have alerts? Can I hide under this? Yay. Cause oh no, that the the animal is probably the scariest thing in the entire game. Okay, he broke the door. He probably hit the Reaper also. Yeah, he definitely hit the Reaper. I just need to hang out here until the Reaper leaves the doorway. Or maybe the animal will just completely solo the Reaper, and then I'll have a free orb to break. Yes, Repo. Yes, Repo from Repo. Leave the room, Repo from Repo. Everybody friggin' hates you. Why are you God's blessed creature? The single strongest being in creation. How do you even counter animal other than hide forever? Animal can't jump, so you do this. There's always, basically in every single room, there's something to jump on. So he sucks if your cart's with you. That's like, if you have strength, you can lift your cart up, but usually it's you want to separate your cart from yourself and put it in like a corner somewhere and pray, and then you want to jump up on any ledge. Like, even this little ledge here, I am safe from the animal in my current state. But it really is just a difficult thing to deal with, I think. Because the thing about the animal isn't even that it really kills you, it's that when you are in ragdoll state, you can get destroyed by a million other things constantly. Like if that Reaper was aggroed on top of me while the animal hit me, I would have exploded. I would have been so jover. The useless. You know, it's pretty funny to do that. That is a use. I kind of want to do that again. It's just gonna kill me. But it was so funny. It was so cinematic. Dude, that's crazy that that's easily repeatable. The silly tech that you find out when you play Repo a lot. It's just because I love these games where everything is a physics object. I feel so happy when I just get to toss my things around and see what happens. Whip my PP out, show the enemy who's boss. That kind of nonsense. I think that we're going to buy a lot of nonsense upgrades that I'm not really going to use because of shop reasons. I don't know the exact lore behind it, but if you have a bunch of upgrades in your cart being unused, then you can force it to give you more strength upgrades. How will you get uppies without me? It's a curse. There's like 2 items that I have, or 3 items that I have my eye out for. You can get up there with the anti-grav ball, the anti-grav drone, and the phase bridge, as far as I know. But until then, I'll just have to stack extra jumps. Oh, I totally forgot about buying one of his. We kind of need it. Alright, yeah, who cares? I always forget about the extra jumps anyway. Now we have 8 to spend on probably nothing. The stun grenade is something. I think that it's really hard to think that it's going to be good, but it's something. It could kill a huntsman. And I guess we should buy a health. Yeah. Is there another stun grenade? No, just shock. Me when I'm shocked. I'm gonna do the thing again because it's funny. Yes, $2 in. No, in the update they changed the price of that one and this one because nobody ever bought them ever, and they wanted them to play with their toys. They also made the stun grenade stun things for longer, and oh, it was in our last shop, not this one. But the bolt zap and the prod zap also stun things for longer. They did a lot of slight changes. Like melee works entirely different now. Most enemies don't get stunned by melee attacks. Melee weapons do a lot more damage, so they can kill faster. So it's really weird. Okay, we have 3, 6, 9. Okay, that means that we are a little bit short on the amount that I actually really want for the strategy. So we take you, and then we screw off. This is important. Right. In my pocket you go. Ba 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 ba. But I'm really mad about the melee nerf because the melee was so fun, and then I have two deaths on stream where I just tried to destroy things with my melee because that's what you do. You know, I don't care about you. Give me the weapon. I think the first clip of me doing it is really funny just because I took a frying pan to an Orbo, the Mentalist, and hit him square in the head, and then he just stared at me and started going, oh. How the strength upgrades already feel good. Shadow Child is my favorite enemy in this video game, and I'm really happy that they're here all the time, every time that I interact with them. To be fair, they are kind of a good role. Like, they're simple to deal with in comparison to other ones. I just feel like in the moments of chaos, the Shadow Child is the thing that pushes you over the edge a little bit and starts being not okay, and you start experiencing pain. Okay, what are you doing so fast? Kerblammo. Okay. So, new tech, you can jump on enemies to do damage with them. And the stun grenade just stuns them for longer, so you can explode them like that. Nice and easy, easy peasy. I think that I just want to go put this in the extract over the radio. The radio means nothing at all. Yeah, it's like Mario. But the way that you have to do it is kind of interesting. Like, you do... Oh, never mind. It can just fit. I did my math wrong. But it's like, if you're on a flat surface and you're jumping, it's probably not going to happen. But since all enemies aren't a flat surface, like this sofa is not flat, you need to start on a higher bit and then jump down to a lower bit. Even if it's just a little bit, you just need any amount of height that is higher than your regular jump. And then you can end somebody with that easy power. The nothing. Which, I think that's my second time ever actually successfully doing the jump strats, which feels pretty cool. I'm glad that it went so smoothly. That is kind of the entire point that I bought the stun grenade, though. I think 2k for a stun grenade to pretty easily kill a tier 3 is an excellent trade. Because that's at least 4k benefit, assuming you do everything right. Which I guess is a mean assumption to make. Or is it a good... Is it a... I can't tell if that's a nice assumption or a mean assumption. I don't know what people think. Interpersonal stuff is not my strong suit. Not at all. I hope there's something big right here because I smell an extract. It's right friggin' there. I know it. I know it in my heart and soul, in my heart of gold. Like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It might be improbable, but it's 100%. Exactly as improbable as it is means it's that probable to happen. Hi, Shadow Child. Can you move? It's just, it is directly in my way. 100%. Okay. Yeah, that's all of the loot spots. Hi, Extract. I knew that you were there. That's gonna be our final one, but we really don't have anything to put in it. There wasn't any loot at all on this side. we literally got 3 pieces of loot. Look at my epic cart. I got a crown, an ocarina, and a diamond. I'm living like a king. Living like Larry. Seems they hid all of the map on this side. Which is kind of what I guessed, but it's always a little bit more intense when you notice it. It's like, ah ha ha, I got done clearing out 3 rooms with nothing in them, and then you look at your map and see that. And I know that the levels only get bigger as time goes on because they increased the scaling of things. I just haven't gotten that far because I'm not good at the video game. I have a strange feeling that the extract is in that long question mark, but I of course have no proof. It's just the sixth sense of somebody who's played too much Repo. I've crossed over into the 90-hour mark, and I cannot get enough of this game. It's too fun. It's too funny when the item break and too funny when the enemy fall over. Something about the way that it is deeply appeals to every essence of my being. Thinking about the time that I found a clown in this pot. This is kind of like that time I found a clown in this pot. And I don't know if that joke sucked or not. It's hard to tell. Something great about saying jokes that don't oh my goodness. Something great about saying jokes that don't really get too much of a response is that I feel close to nothing when I just say stuff on stream and then my computer stares back at me. Because that's kind of, to an extent, that's what happens in real life. It's funnier when a human being does that to me. It's way funnier. Because then I know that somebody is staring at me and purposefully not responding in front of my face. I've been able to entertain. Also, I was completely wrong about that. So what? How do I get over there? I don't know how layouts work. You have to be it, right? Yeah, you're it. Dude. I don't know if that fossil is gonna make it anyway. AM entertained, just silent. Yeah, I mean, shout out lurkers. I'm not... anything that I was saying was not said with the intent of getting people to talk more. I'm just saying words because those are the thoughts that I'm having. I don't mean to ever make lurkers uncomfortable, but sometimes I do it on purpose. The only time I've ever mean to make lurkers uncomfortable on purpose is when I go, if you're a lurker, say hi in chat. Which I don't do that often, but I do think is really, really funny. And probably not many other people think it's funny. Fossil art fight reference. You're gonna call that an art fight reference and not a Fossil Fighters reference? Are you really the Clem that I know? Who are you and what did you do with my Clem? I guess not my Clem, but our Clem. The collective. It also just hit me that this is gonna explode. Don't scroll towards yourself. She gets to be there. I don't really care when she takes damage. That is a pain of an item to move, and thus we don't care about it at all. Did I really just not explore this room? I guess I was leaving it because I'm focused on the fossil. I do have my indestructible drone, which will help the fossil quite a bit. I don't really care about my cart. I did the thing again. I don't really care about my cart. There's 4K inside of it, so it'll get dealt with. It will indeed get dealt with. This fossil is kind of low value. I don't know if I've ever seen one below 21. like 21k. Yeah. Oh, hi. This is a predicament. Bastard. Well, I fucked up. Oh, that makes this whole thing a lot more difficult. My indestructible drone is gonna be so drained. Okay, hi Shadow Child. Okay, thank you for bringing me to a completely empty part of the map hidden. You're my favorite. At least none of the enemies that we're facing on this level are big threats. I wanted to kill that clown. I really did. I didn't notice the hit. Oh, hey! He went so far. Whoop. Okay. I don't know what I do about this one. You know, I'm gonna go put this in the cart. That is a really good value orb. Ah. That makes putting it in the cart harder. Because it definitely won't fit in the extract. Maybe if I... There you go. Now I really need to get back to that fossil. My indestructible drone is going to be at like 1 charge. You, the bastard. Go downstairs. He fucking saw me. Bitch. I hate this man. My indestructible drone. No. Stop taking me to areas I haven't explored yet. I don't want to be here yet. This is against my values as a person. I was completely right about the 2 charges thing, and I don't want to brag, but I was completely right about the 2 charges thing. Just like 100%. Like, you can't really be more right than I was in that moment. And I want everybody to know that as a fact and a statement of my character and who I am and how good I am at video games. That I can count sometimes. Okay. Controversial move. We're gonna leave that fossil there for a second. Because the worst thing in history would be if my drone went out and I didn't notice it, and then my fossil exploded right in front of me in my hands. I think that would end me as a person. We also have no clue where our PP is. I'll be able to find it. The hidden is just a bastard. He's a complete bastard. I don't know if you can be more of a bastard than the hidden is. Yeah. Oh, I can see my PP on the map. It's right next to the fossil. Yata and all of that. Boy, I just got a text. Dude, he's chilling. I'm gonna check my text in case it was important. Okay. Blah. I might have to stop the stream soonish, but it happens. Just means that next time that I stream this game, I get to start on a better spot. And plus, I still have to finish this freaking level. This fossil is the worst to move. The worst to move. Ah, yes, I'm going on a journey. I love the idea of being on mobile and people just taking me around. Alright. Move fast. Okay. This'll probably work. I think that this is gonna work. Oh yeah. I like when the indestructible drone just plops out. Feels right and proper. Then I think because this is a pretty low money level, I can't just go leave my bag somewhere. I have to go take stuff with me. Because usually I would love to just leave the bag at the closer extract and then just come back later, but I don't think that there's enough loot in the rest of the level to actually fulfill, or at least fulfill this other extract that's the further one away. I really don't like that the hidden brings you through rooms that you haven't been in, because oh my goodness, the way that I treat the map a lot of the time is sort of like a checklist of where to go and what to get, and it jacks with all of my stees, every single one of them. Every single one. Frick you. Oh my gosh. That's a music box. I'm not getting that. You can't pay me. I'm not doing that. That's beyond my pay grade. I have 1,000,000 hours in this game, not doing that. Sorry, words are hard. I'm running out of things to say. I think the stream is coming to a close soon, but I don't. Life is just always so. Stuff is happening, you know. I wanna sit here and relax and play funny video game, but sadly you have to do other things than that sometimes. Thank you for the spooky ambiance when I said that you have to do other things than play silly video games. That really sold the mood of the entire thing. It totally did. Oh, I missed a bit of treasure out there. Can you tell that I've been watching South Park? Can you tell? Me when I search for treasure. I can tell that I'm hurrying because I'm not. Usually I know exactly where all the loot is and I just clear it out as I go, and I'm not doing that as good as I usually do. Me when I get the text that makes you end stream. I think it's cruel that this game's pause menu doesn't work in single player. I know that it was just designed to be a multiplayer experience. You, the bastard, what do I do about this? Can he jump? I don't think he can jump. Is he just gonna be mad at me forever? The little invisible bastard. He's not going away. Well, there he goes. He realized it was futile. And I'm going for this statue, then that's probably the last bit of loot that I will get. Because that music box is a joke. That music box is an utter joke. I'm kind of shocked that the statue is worth more than the fossil. I know that they probably just have the same value tables, but I feel as though the fossil is usually more expensive. At least in my experience. My gold experience. Oh yeah. Off we trot. Off we freaking trot. Oh wait, that's not the last extract. Hee hee hee. You can tell that I want to leave. I don't even want to leave. I feel as though I have to. It's an obligation of being a human being. Also, there totally was enough loot in the one room that I didn't check to fulfill that extract. Interesting, because I found the opposite to be true with the fossil and statue. That's really interesting. I guess it's just the RNG has been playing a trick on us all. Because it totally does do that sometimes. I watch enough people play Isaac to see quite a few statistical anomalies just because of the fact that there's RNG and the game has a bunch of stuff going on. I feel like I've seen the fossil get hit with the buff that makes it like high 30k into 40k, and I've never seen the statue get hit with that. It is my main reasoning. I think that on average you get more money out of the fossil, but maybe I'm just making that up. Also, I'm really not scared of our enemies. It's Clown, Hidden, Shadow Child. Shadow Child can't kill me as long as my eyes are open. And the clown will really struggle to kill me, even though he's gonna try. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, man. Get owned, dog. I'm gonna do my shop, and then I'm gonna peace out. Oh, I didn't even finish my coffee. What a cruel, cruel morning. Ooh, the baseball bat. This is probably the only melee weapon that's worth anything anymore. It's really expensive, though. And we did not get any strength upgrades. That's really cool. I guess let's just buy a bunch more upgrades then. I like the baseball bat. This would let me get into my secret shop, but I don't know if I care about my secret shop yet. I love when my aim is bad. I mean, I don't even know if my aim was bad. I like, put too much chutzpah into it. Cool. 8. Perfect. It's exactly what the doctor ordered. Cool. I guess I should just say goodbye then. I like streaming. I'm sorry that I didn't go a little bit longer. It's such a cruel, cruel beast that life is the way it is. But I will be back. This run will be continued because I'm an addict. I can't get enough of this video game. Farewell.